Welcome back to the Milwaukee Show, and today we're talking about game number 4 between the Colorado Avalanche and the Dallas Stars, where the Avs look like, at the beginning of this game, at least the first half of this game, looked like they have given up in this series. Nathan MacKinnon, multiple times you see him try to make a play, he looks disappointed, especially that one play, he immediately goes, and then the Dallas Stars they just keep rolling, and this team looks like they can't be stopped. And it just makes me laugh so much, because everyone always gets so excited over game 1 or just anything. They get so over the top about the immediate just thing that happens, and I get that, because I try to make videos and get people's attention too, and I try to jump on the controversy or whatever, but everyone always goes crazy, right? Same thing happened with Winnipeg. Winnipeg wins game 1 by 1 goal in a crazy game, and everyone's like, well, yep, the Avalanche suck, they're horrible, they're done for, yep, Jets gonna win, and then the Jets go on and embarrass themselves 4 games in a row. And now the Avalanche are gonna do the exact same thing. And it's not going to help them, where they're down before this game, going into it down by 1, 2-1 series in Colorado after being the best home team with the best home player in Nathan MacKinnon and guys like Cale Makar and Mikko Rantanen. Georgiev is starting to look better, but they lose game 3, and it's like, okay, let's go into this one, we're going to win this one. And guess what? Devon Toews ruled out, and Valeri Nichushkin, Val Choo-Choo Train Nichushkin, he is now out of the NHL, and I think probably forever. I do not think he's going to get reinstated after failing a drug test, after going in the Players Assistance Program. He fails, and now he's out of the NHL for 6 months and would have to be reinstated at the end of that, which is not even a thing that is, guaranteed. So they go in without their best player, probably going, which, by the way, shocker that Valeri Nichushkin was playing out of his mind good, because he was out of his mind. But anyways, they go into this game with their best defensive defenseman out and their best scoring player out. And they go in and they look like they've already been defeated. They looked horrible. At one point, the shots in the second period were 22-4. 22-4. And somehow the score, I think at that time, was only 2-1. Or was it 3-1 at that point? I don't remember. But, yeah. Insane for the Colorado Avalanche. They gave up. And Nathan MacKinnon, you see him. You see Rantanen kind of show up a little bit. Ross Colton's playing hard. Parise got destroyed. I forget who was it. Oh yeah, it was Duchesne. Duchesne just comes up behind him and he just shoves him over, and Parise just dies, and then they almost score a goal after that. The Avalanche looked horrible today. For me, I got super excited. I was like, yep, they have found it. Middlestat has become that second line player that they needed since Nazem Kadri left. And they have good depth now. The goaltending of Georgiev is going into Georgiev mode. They look like it got things going now. And then this game, with everything being ruled out, I'm like, yep, they're done, right? MacKinnon can't get anything going because the Dallas Stars have such a good defensive structure to clog any sort of rush up the ice. And then since the Avalanche is such a speedy, off-the-rush kind of team, they can't get anything going from there, especially since Cale Makar is kind of he looks like he's MOA right now. I haven't noticed him do anything the last 2 games except suck and bow down to Wyatt Johnston, which, by the way, Wyatt Johnston, I think currently, I know, you guys care, but for me personally, Wyatt Johnston and a couple other players right now, favorite players in the NHL. Wyatt Johnston last year really wowed me. He goes into it, he looks good in the regular season, then he, I don't know if he didn't lead the Dallas Stars in points, but I remember just watching his game, and I was like, wow, this guy's, relatively my age, and literally relatively, a month from each other, same age. And, this guy, he's similar to me, he's, if I wish I grew up watching him, and I was like, man, I wish I was, Wyatt Johnston, same sort of height, kind of, just want to fight hard or whatnot, and, it's similar, and this guy, he is, to me, already the best Dallas Star, right? He led them in goals this season, And right now, I don't know if I think he leads them in goals right now. I don't know how he couldn't, because he scores his 6th and 7th of the playoffs and one shorthanded after stripping Cale Makar, which was so cool. Like, he just, like, Cale Makar, like, he isn't himself right now, right? So this kind of, like, it's not as an accomplishment as it usually would be, but Makar, he just has the puck on the power play. Wide Johnston comes up behind, stick check, stick lift, like gets it off of him, gets it to Stam Steele. He runs around, Steele gets a shot on net, he fights for it, grinds for the puck, and scores the goal. Like, Johnston is that kind of playoff performer. He is that all-around guy. And it's just so unreal. Like, he's not just scoring goals. He's good in his own zone, right? He's in his own zone. He's on the penalty kill. He plays good all around the ice, every second of it. He fights so hard. He's always skating 100 miles per hour. He's always making a notice. And it's like, it's these kind of guys that a team like Hurricanes need. A team like I don't want to say the Boston Bruins because they have Marchand, but like another, like, could you imagine if Marchand and Johnston were on the same team? Like the two smaller guys, like just with dogs in them, wanting to go on the ice and just destroy and win. Like that would change a whole team's landscape. And for the Stars, it's huge because they now have the scoring everywhere. Because right now it's Johnston, Heiskanen's got the hot stick now. Dadonov's gotten, I think, 2 this series or maybe just 1. I don't remember. But yeah, Dadonov. But then you get guys like Sagan scoring goals, Robo, and Hintz. And Pavelski hasn't gotten a goal this playoffs, which he has looked very, very soft this series, and which is not something I like to say after being a Sharks fan originally. I hate to watch because he's my captain forever. And anyways, but yeah, Johnston, like the Stars are just so good, right? And Jake Ottinger is playing unreal right now. And even with, like, the poor performance, and sure, the Avalanche stormed back and they got, like, 25 shots, I think, by the end of the game, which is a lot for, like, the last half. But, like, they just couldn't get anything that dangerous looking going. And once they did, like, just Ottinger's too good to let just one good chance get past him, you know? He's the type of guy that's going to stop, 9 out of 10 good chances. You need to have 30 of them to actually score a couple goals. And so he's shutting down everything. The goals are coming from everywhere. They just play so hard. They play so fast. And it's everyone. Everyone's buying into the system. Everyone wants to win. Everyone goes on the ice and is playing so hard. Marchment wants to get a big hit. He gets a big hit. Duchesne, he's playing physical. He's making some good plays happen, right? Like, everyone is playing. Even guys like Sam Steele, which I don't know, like, many people probably don't think about. But me, after I picked him up in my NHL franchise mode, I was noticing him on the Dallas Stars this year. I was like, oh, he looks good. And then this playoff so far, like, especially in this series against the Avalanche, like, he's gotten, like, some good plays in. I know that people were, like, the commentary were, like, chirping him about scoring the goal and not giving it to Johnston, but, like, being a somewhat accomplished hockey player, not really, but after playing hockey, like, having that empty net goal and watching the playoffs, especially, like, with a game being 4-1 against a team like the Avalanche, like there's no way Sam Steele can, like, sacrifice. Like, sure, the passing lane was kind of there, but that guy, there's 2 defensemen, and one of them's, like, basically on Johnston, one of them's basically on Steele. There's a little bit of a gap, but if that one pass it gets turned over, which it could easily done, and it goes the other way, and Middlestat gets his second in the game, and it's 4-2 with, I don't know, I don't remember when they scored the empty netter, but, like, with that much time left with a team with Makar and McKinnon and Rantanen, you don't want to give them that kind of leeway. So Sam Steele was right to get the goal. Johnston, I think, still got the assist on it, so he gets still a 3-point night. And Johnston was just, all of his team is buying in. Everyone plays so hard, and it's just like, this is who I look at as, like, a Stanley Cup champion. Like, even a team like the Oilers, who I'm somewhat optimistic about, I'm like, I don't know, like, not everyone plays that hard. The defense is a little bit meh, pretty mid at times, but a team like this, Dallas and Florida, where all the cogs are running, all the pistons are in check, I don't know. The Avalanche, they look poor. They just feel like they've given up. And guys like McKinnon, you can tell the frustration's going. And when they go to Dallas after this home game they had, and after them being a pretty poor home away team, things with Dallas just don't look good. Things look good for Dallas, not for the Avalanche. And I don't know. It just looks like this is a hopeless battle for them. And the current, I think, percentage is the series where the team that wins game 1 wins 91% of the time. No, that's not the stat. Oh no, that was teams winning 3-1. Never mind. The stat of whatever 68% of the time I think it was that because they keep telling us these odds, which I have a theory, and I'm pretty maybe this is just like yeah, Owen, you're right, but I think it's because they if you've noticed that they keep telling you all these stats. Oh, 91% of the time a team winning 3-1 wins the series. 68% of the time teams get overtime teams. It's been 147 to 47, whatever. Like these ridiculous odds. I think they keep telling us that because I think because betting and gambling has become such a big thing nowadays, especially with guys like DraftKings like sponsoring them every game. I think they give you those stats to be like, oh, okay, well, good odds are, and then they bet on that. I think that's the reason they're doing that. But I guess that doesn't matter. I'm just spitting out theories now, and no one cares. 'Cause that's not why you're here. But yeah, just everything about this team. Like, McKinnon seemed bad. Manson had a bad game. I forget what the hell play he had, but he had that bad delay of game a couple games ago, and then today or last night he was what was his bad play? Whatever. But yeah, like Manson definitely had a horrible game, and this is when you like wish this team was like, I don't know. I don't know what changes. If they get Devon Toews back, does that solve the issues? No. It's just will calm them down, but still, regardless, the Avalanche, they have a pit to crawl out of. They need to win 3 games in a row now against Dallas, who have won 3 in a row themselves and look damn good doing it. So, to me, Dallas is going to win this series in Dallas. They're going to close it out, and the Avs are, I don't know what happens to them this summer. I don't know what moves are going to be made. This feels like, because as much as I liked what they did to make this team happen and bring back guys like Parise and have a good depth of guys, some veterans and whatnot, but this summer, like, I don't know what changes and I don't know what sticks. So, anyways, that's all I gotta say. So if you made it this far, please, I am begging you, please subscribe. Please. Please. Anyways, thank you for watching this. Too sweet. I hope you have an amazing day, and ta-ta for now. Whoops.